Hey guys, we are waiting for Tommy to show up, but for now, let's fix this. For now, I'm going to be talking to you guys and just go over a few things. I wanted to... Oh, I forgot to run our B-roll. Maybe I should do that first. Let's check that out. Very cool. So, I wanted to do this special commentary session just to talk about a little bit of what happened today and to go over, just what the community was going through and where I'm glad we are now at. So, and Tom is going to join me here a little bit. He's running a little late, as always. But I really wanted to talk to you guys about this first and just get my thoughts out there. I am glad about where we have ended up as a community, and I'm very happy about how things turned out today. And for you people out there that have no idea what this is about, let me explain something to you. If you could think of the most complicated soap opera that your parents watched on TV, it's probably not that complicated, right? You're like, what? Frank, what are you talking about? Days of Our Lives is not interesting or complicated, it's just senseless drama. That is hookah. But, and the industry in hookah. But we are trying to change that. There's people in the community that are really against that stuff. We really want to make a difference here. We don't want that same old nonsense from permutating through the community. So we want to change it, make it different, make it better. And I'm not without fault. I've it's very easy to get sucked into that, and I'm so glad to see that in the community we have really embraced this idea of something that we are done with this sort of negativity, and when it rears its head, we just get rid of it. We get rid of the problem, we get rid of the source of the issues, we say that's it, we're done with it, we're not going to talk about it anymore, we're not going to deal with it anymore, we're going to solve it. And we've had a great new addition to our team at THL. For people that do join us on the Facebook group, and actually, while I'm saying that, let's fix that. So I forgot to turn that on. For those of you that are in the Facebook group, we do have someone new named Cameron Zeman, and he's one of our new moderators. I'm really excited to have him on. Because he sort of embodies what we're trying to do for THL, which is we're trying to make this about not just a hookah community. It's not just about that. We're trying to make this about an overall hookah family, because at the end of the day, we're so close to one another that it's very hard to lose sight of what each of us are doing. And sometimes in that sort of close contact with one another, fights erupt. It's bound to happen. You're in close quarters with everybody. It's not that big a community. Everybody knows everyone's business. Everybody's fighting for the same community members. And at the end of the day, you know what? It happens and things blow up because people are just bored. They're bored, they don't know what to do, and it dwindles down to senseless arguing, bickering. By the way, those on Facebook, you can also come to YouTube. We're on both right now. We're streaming on YouTube and Facebook, so if you do have a problem with the stream, let me know. You should not have a problem with the stream. We have a 100 megabit connection pushing these up to both locations. Something we're trying. We're trying to keep these streams not only on YouTube, but also on the Facebook hemisphere. So, and I'm glad about a couple things that happened today. And one, one thing that happened today I'm really glad about is a certain group that really revolves around this sort of. I don't really want to get into it, but a group got closed down today, archived, that I'm really happy about. I think they made the right decision by it. The group sort of didn't give the best vibes to the community anyways. It sort of perpetrated sort of trolling like behavior, and it's just it was just becoming petty, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Um, and I was in there once myself, and you sort of get sucked into it. So I think we're better now. If anything else, we came out of there a lot better off than when we started. Um, Another thing I saw today was other community leaders, after this situation exploded at Hook University, as well as ourselves, stand up and say we're not going to accept this sort of behavior in this community. And I think it's very important. It's very important for us all to look at this and say we are not going to allow it, and start paving this in the right direction, so that way we create a more healthy atmosphere for people to enjoy their hobby, enjoy hookah, enjoy smoking, and really just enjoy being here. Because right now you have certain people that enjoy the fighting, but they don't enjoy the smoking, and they get bored, so they have to figure out their outlets. So they go to the fighting, the trolling, and trying to stir up trouble. And you have that sect of people. Um, and the problem is it's always such a minority in the community. It's not like a large group of people doing it. It's usually just one or two people just light that fuse off, and the whole thing just goes boom. So, you know, we really just need to put a tight lid on it. I am going to do a lot better myself at looking out for it, and just try to shut things down that are just not right. Okay, if you think that it's okay to attack someone's family in any context, or threaten their family in any context because of hookah, or threaten their relatives, threaten their business, threaten their way of life, just because you disagree with somebody intellectually about the coal you're smoking versus the coal they're smoking, or the tobacco you're smoking, tobacco you're packing, or how you're making your bowls, or which bowl you like, or which vendor you prefer or the other, you need to have a very serious look at yourself, because we don't need that. This is a hobby. We are enthusiasts. We get to like what we enjoy about hookah, and we can enjoy it how we like. And guess what? Not everyone's going to agree with it. And at the end of the day, we just need to get along, and we need to look forward, not backwards. And the problem is, every time these situations come up, we're always looking backwards. We keep looking back there and saying, oh, but that happened, so I should react like this. No, we need to stop doing that. And today, when certain activities erupted, I got reached out, and people, again, were trying to bring me back to things that happened 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago. Good. Okay. Great. I'm glad that we realized that we didn't like what happened 6, 7, 8, or 9 months ago. But I am not going to use those points of reference to continuously be upset and angry and sour my mood and my outlook for the future of what I'm trying to do. And we can't let that happen, because it starts spreading through everybody. And today, it wasn't just one, it was a few people that pissed off 3, 4 groups instantly. And we can't have that. We can't have it. It happens so easy. So, I'm definitely going to make sure that we are better at handling those situations quicker, and just be more vigilant about it. Not saying that we're going to be necessarily monitoring everything you post, or administrating what you do, but at the same respect, if, like I said, if it falls into those dangerously red areas, there's not going to be a second chance. I'm not going to let you just be in the group. Because, in my opinion, if you don't have that sort of respect for other people to realize saying those sort of things or doing those sort of activities is right, then we're going to have problems. And I don't see how you will have a future in a group or any group that's about community. Because whether it's THL, whether it's hookah unbiased, whether it's hookah enthusiasts, or it's hookah university, you know, the majority of us are about community. We want a community. We want a family. We want a place where we belong in the general sense. The majority of us don't want to fight. The majority of us don't want to argue or get pulled down to the mud. But unfortunately we do, and for the few people that you hear, there's a great majority that don't speak. Okay? And I'm not going to be patient anymore for those people. So if you come to THL, I'm sure other groups feel the same exact way, but I can only speak for myself and our group. If you come to THL and you say those sort of things, that disgusting behavior, and think it's okay, and you don't respect others that may be reading it, you don't have that sort of respect for others around you, then I just don't need you in the group. That's just plain and simple. But if you want to be part of the community and you want to help out and you want to help elevate people, and I don't mean in the sense of we're gonna make you a hookah master, but elevate them in their lives as far as having a better day, because half the time people coming into this hobby are just not feeling good about their day. They're upset about something going on at work. They're upset about something that's going on in their life. They're upset about something and they need something to detract themselves from it. So they use hookah to smoke and relax, and it's that routine of making the bowl and sort of just resetting your mind. That's what hookah is. That is what it's about. And if we're not creating an environment to foster what people just love about the hobby, then we're failing. So I recognize this, and I'm going to make sure that we're better at it. I'm going to make sure that we're going to protect the people that see this hobby for what it is, something to take their mind off their stress. Because there's people in this community, and I'm not going to name anybody, but all of us can relate, that are not having or are not in the best point of their lives. And they look to this community and their hobby to sort of take that stress off their shoulders. And if we don't let them have their outlet and have their spot to go to sort of just relax and unwind, instead we give them more stress, we fail. We fail as what our job is supposed to be here, which is to be a community that fosters one another and helps elevate each other mentally and emotionally, not skill-wise. The skill-wise is fine. You want to show off your setups, you want to show off your bowls, try to compete that way, that's great. But first and foremost is being a community and helping one another emotionally, make sure we all feel that the other's accepted, make sure it feels welcoming and inviting and not combative and not with barriers to entry that makes someone feel like they shouldn't even post. That's what I really wanted to say. And if you guys have any questions that you want to say, I'm going to check to see if Tommy wanted to join in, to add any commentary to this. Let me see. Okay, so there is some commentary. Let's go ahead and keep that negative group, though. No, I don't agree. I don't agree. Like, if you want to call yourself any sort of leader in this community, you cannot have a troll group that is smearing another person. Like, you can't do it. Whatever you want to grow, you feed it. Wherever you want to die, you starve it. So if you don't like that person, if you don't like how they act or what they do, you don't give them attention. That's it. That's as simple it is. You don't give them attention, you don't give them time of day, you look the other way, and guess what? Wherever you feed will grow, and wherever you starve dies. And if you don't want him to keep getting the spotlight point on him, you don't need a special group just to hate on him. You don't need that. All you need to do is stop giving him attention. This is plain and simple. I think Tommy's going to join. Alright, let's get Tommy in here. And if you guys have questions, just pop it up. Okay, here we go. And once Tommy joins, I'll show his screen, but again, I do not agree having a smear group in any sense of the word. Alright, here we go. On Tommy. Hey, hey, hey. Tommy.
Yo, yo.
Tommy, can you show off the stream audio?
Oh, I have my mic. I have my sound off. You there?
Yeah, do you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see nothing though.
Yeah, I'll fix that. Alright, so I saw the stream already. Obviously you saw.
Yes.
I was just waiting for you to ping me, and I was gonna add you.
Yeah, I just got home from work. I'm literally. I didn't even get to pack my bowl yet. I came and got my computer set up. I'm about to pack one now.
Yeah, so you know, I get a recap where I stand with things, with what happened today, and I know you had your own thoughts about it. So I'm not sure where you wanted to go with it based on what you heard, but I'll leave it to you.
I mean, I think it's good that GOG got shut down finally. That's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
As far as everything else that happened, I don't entirely understand all of it, but I mean, there's certain things that just shouldn't be said, and in my opinion,
Tommy, are you like? I see what you did there, Tommy. I see what you did there. I like your outfit. Like, is it like a little subtle hint of support?
he gave me $500. So, you know, honestly, it was I literally I just came home. I took off my dress shirt and I wanted to put on a hookah related shirt. But yes, I guess I am making more of a statement than I had intended. Thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, completely. It was no thought involved. I told you I'd probably be ready by 10:15, and I got home at 10:17. So I just hurried up and put on a t-shirt.
Well,
no one's gonna believe that.
No one's gonna believe that. No one's gonna believe that.
Oh well.
But
you know, there's things that were said, regardless of, you know, how you feel about. Can you put her on a crate, please? Regardless of how you feel about any you know, any given situation or any given person and all that kind of stuff, like there was stuff that was definitely said in that thread that shouldn't be said. And then
absolutely.
Even in THL, there was then defense of that being said. And what we're talking about is a statement of, you know, basically I'm going to rape your wife. I'm going to come into your house and rape your wife if that happens with me. Do I believe that Maz over at Hookah Junkie gave out anybody's personal information? No, I really don't. I don't know why he would. I mean, I just don't see why he would. Like, I don't understand that. But the conversation that then went on was just, it was so bizarre to me. And there's really just no place for it. And it was the kind of stuff that you see happen, talked about and happen all the time at GOG. But really, what it comes down to, like, I think people need to remember, we're not anonymous on Facebook. I mean, unless you have a fake Facebook account, this isn't like, okay, like, we're in the hookah group, so you're talking to people that you're probably never going to run into, but like, it's still your real life stuff on Facebook. Like, there's no reason for people to act and to talk this way. And there's been, I mean, we've seen it so many different times on our page. We've seen it on other Facebook
Yeah.
groups, hookah groups, and then especially in GOG. I mean, we left GOG because we saw something that we thought was so disgusting we just can't stand to be there.
Yep.
And the guy who it was against stayed, and he's mad that GOG got archived. But regardless of that, I mean, it just, there's so much stuff that happens, and it's like, it makes me scratch my head. And like I said, like, just, I look back on, before Facebook was around, and you just had forums like that, like, people acted like this in forums. It really didn't happen at Hookah Pro. Hookah Pro was a pretty peaceful place. But like other forums that I was in, like, you'd see this like weird, like really hateful, mean shit being said. And like, you'll see it on Reddit, like, it's really mean, hateful stuff, and like trolls that are just mean. But like, they're, it's, you just have like some random name. It's not a real person. Where this is like pictures of you with your kids, and then like, also, I'm gonna rape your wife. I don't get it.
I think that behavior. And by the way, I hear myself for some reason. Um.
Yeah, I don't have my headphones on.
Oh. I think it was absolutely disgusting what was said. It was disgusting. It was gross. And the fact that anyone could defend that behavior. And by the way, Michael Cole, if you say those sort of words again, I let it slide because we don't really have a rule against it. But I'm just telling you right now, if you say that stuff again in this group, I don't care where you go. You go back to, I don't know, where you hide out half the time when you're not posting about anything disgusting. So you can go there. So that's your fair warning, because I found that so offensive, and the fact that you are so oblivious to other people's emotions and their feelings and how they feel about that situation and that topic. And you knew it was just a shock and awe sort of comment to go with and to keep promoting and defending, and you liked it. So, you know.
I mean, I'm sure that the intent with that comment was like to try to be funny. I mean, I don't think it was meant as an actual threat. That being said, I'll take it a step farther and let you know right now, Michael Cole, since apparently me and Frank are naming names, Michael Cole, I wanted to ban you today. And I don't ban anybody. I don't ever want to ban anybody. I try not to ban anybody. I don't. We were talking about it, and we're talking about how disgusting that was. And your argument was, well, he never used the word rape. That's absurd. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested in having any more interactions with you. And as soon as I see something pop up on THL that gives me reason to think, you know what? I bet you I could ban him for that. You're gonna be gone, buddy. I'm waiting for you. And you're the first person in the history of THL that I have felt that way about.
Yeah, I agree. And our ban list is not big at all. I think our ban list is very short. I think it's like 3-4 people. That's
it's like 3 or 4 people and a bunch of robots.
Yeah, and robots. Hey Nader, hey Maz. Who else we got in here? Stefan, Abdullah. Who's Abdullah? Founder of Oasis. Who else we have? Here? Stefan, Abdullah. So,
are you still echoing, or is that better?
No, it's a lot better. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, turn it down.
Cameron says we're gods. Thank you. Gramage is saying the hair is live. Okay, I'm not gonna read any further past that.
Can you share your screen with me so I can see stuff? I want to look at it myself.
Oh.
I am handsome, but still.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. So you can see. Okay. So, let me see this. Let me sure you can see this stuff. Okay. Uh, okay. Hey, David. All right, we're basically talking about the topic of today. Today's shit show.
The topic of today.
Today's shit show that should have never happened, and how unfortunate it was. But I think Tom and I are in agreement, and we're always sort of in agreement without even saying anything to one another. Like, usually when our conversations happen between Tommy and I, by the time we start talking to one another, it's like, you know what we're doing, right? Yeah, we know what we're doing, right? It's pretty silent agreements.
It is a weird thing that happens. That does seem to be the case. I can think of, like, I don't think I could count. It wouldn't take a whole hand to count the time that we have actually, like, really disagreed on anything. But especially this kind of stuff. I mean, our vision for THL and our vision for what a hookah group should be and all that has definitely always been in line with each other.
Yeah,
I would say.
and I would agree with you. I would agree with you. That stuff has no place at all in this community. And I'm sorry, Mike Blackstone, if you're upset that the GOG's closed.
It's like, I mean,
which makes no sense to
three
me.
or four people that are going to really be that upset about it. I mean, I don't know. It became something different than what it was, in my opinion.
And like I said, I think whatever you want to go away, you sort of starve the attention out of it. And I think by having GOG, it did the complete opposite of what it was trying to do, which is, instead it was feeding something they were trying to get rid of. And at the end of the day, when we left, I was so upset with how they were handling things because they were basically sabotaging someone's life because they don't like how he does his hookah. Who cares if the guy thinks he's a hookah god? Like, there's people that call themselves Haze Queens. There's people, right? There's a guy that calls himself King Tommy. We all have these play names, but let the guy be what he wants to be. He has his own group. You don't have to be in his group. And if you have a mental or theological disagreement with him, then just leave. And I say theological because he sees hookah almost as a religion, in my opinion. But if you have a problem with him, just leave the group. And that's it. You don't need to go after his business. You don't need to shut him down. You don't need to fill his Yelp reviews with negative comments. Just leave.
Yeah, that's all that stuff. I mean, that's what I mean. And then it got to the point where there was vicious and hurtful attacks and things being said about people just because they liked them.
Yeah.
Like, so and so's a Sarkis lackey and this one. That's not. I don't understand that. Like, I mean, when I first joined GOG, it was because I had left. I had left unbiased, and it was a place. And this is all that was posted was screenshots of funny or insane shit that the guy said. And it was, and everyone would laugh about it because it was people who already got kicked out of the group or who had already left the group and gone elsewhere. And it was kind of a joke. And it went from that to like, how can we hurt him? How can we? Here's a real mean thing I'm going to say about Owen, and here's a real mean thing I'm going to say about this one. Why? What are we doing that for? And then when the stuff happened with Blackstone, where the way that he got attacked, that's when I was like, I got to go. And I think all of our mod team at the time followed us.
Man, your mic sounds so much better when you just did that. I don't know what you did.
It's right here.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, when they went after Mike Blackstone's family and him and his job and all that stuff, that was crossing the line for me. And the fact that it wasn't like just one comment, it was 10, 15, 20 comments deep of the same bullshit.
And those comments receiving a bunch of likes and attaboys.
And guess who? It's same people.
Yeah.
Same people, similar people, right?
Yeah, it's the same general group, I think.
I say
group
too.
Of people.
So, we just need to remind ourselves that we don't want that stuff. I'm glad GOG closed down. Thank you, John, for that.
Keep it closed, John.
Keep it closed.
It doesn't help anybody.
He says he wants to keep it archived for evidence reasons. You don't need evidence. Yeah, yeah. It was just a disgusting topic. Disgusting set of comments altogether. And frankly, if that happened at THL, we would delete it right away. The only reason that thread that we had at THL didn't get deleted right away is because, quite frankly, it was a vendor being threatened and his family.
And he made the post.
He made the post, and out of respect to him, I think he should be able to have a voice too, to say what he feels on the situation. And I'm sorry if you don't fucking agree with that.
Yeah, because I mean, and honestly, not for nothing. If it was pretty much any other member, like if any other member, any one of you guys had come on and said, "Hey, look at this that was just posted in HUnity," or "Look at this that was just posted in Unbiased," or "Look at this that was just posted in Enthusiast," anytime that's happened, we immediately delete those posts.
Yep.
Because no, that's not about THL. But Maz was the one who made the post, and that's the only reason why we kept it up. And then defending those comments, it's like, well, that wasn't the guy who said it, but it was just, I mean, that was, to me, that was just as bad as being the guy who said it. Like, to try and sit there and when we're talking about that, there's no.
No, Michael was one of the commenters though in that thread.
Right, but he didn't say that statement when he was talking about it.
Oh yeah, but he definitely collaborated with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he pretty said, "Don't forget to add change to the door." I mean, like, I mean, he's pretty much, it's pretty much telephone with a storytelling game there.
Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. But at the end of the day, I think we ended up better. I was really, and Tommy knows this, I was pretty upset mid of the day. Well, concerned more so by just the disregard of people for one another, and just how something like that could just explode, and how people could just attack each other. And we should have them in the community. Why?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, that was, I mean, my issue, like, I'll be honest with you guys, like, I mean, we know about stuff that goes on because people send us stuff, you know, that's happening in the other groups and all that kind of stuff. But really, I mean, we run THL a little bit different than the other groups run, and all the groups run differently, and they all have their own place and a reason why they do things how they do. But
Right.
my only concern always is really what's going on at THL, because that's what I control. And like I said, I mean, it took a bit of soul searching to not say, you know what, let's just go ahead, and we don't really have a rule in about this, but let's go ahead and actually, you know, go ahead and ban Michael Cole over this. And then messaging, you know, seeing that he messaged Brad and is talking about Brad. But, you know, to have the comment be said where, you know, I'm gonna go into the house. This is what was said in Uni. I'm gonna go. Did you go over exactly what was said yet?
No, I didn't.
So
Right.
what was said was, if somebody does that to me, talking about Maz giving away the guy's information, which there's been no truth that happened. So maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't think so. I mean,
It never did. It never happened. I can say that for a fact.
Okay, so you know for a fact.
I know for a fact Naz didn't give out crap.
Regardless, that's what they were talking about. And what he said was, if that happened to me, if it was me, I'd be showing up at his warehouse to burn it down. And somebody said, I don't even think he has a warehouse. And then it's, well, then I'll show up at his house. That's even better. I'll lock the doors. We'll tie him up, and then I'll dick down his wife. That's what was said, which is absolutely abhorrent and disgusting. And that's why Maz then wanted to come in and come on THL, because he's not in that other group, and he wanted to make his post. So that's why normally we would just take that stuff out. But okay, let Maz talk. And then for Michael Cole to come in and say, well, wait a minute, that doesn't mean rape. Maybe she was into it. Maybe it's consensual. Nobody ever said rape.
That's complete disregard.
That's not a real argument. Like, you're trying to make light of something that's a really serious thing to say.
Yeah.
And could frankly be very upsetting to a lot of members that are going to then read you saying something like that. Like, that's, I mean, that's not, it's really not cool. It's really not cool. It's not funny. And there's just, and then to keep it up and to keep talking about it and keep it going on and on. Like, I don't, it's mind-boggling. Like I don't understand. Like what? Like
It's someone that has something.
something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something's clearly wrong. You don't say that. There's a line. I always say this. There's a line for everybody of what you don't do, of a line that you don't cross, and something you just don't step over. And for most people, normal people, saying you rape someone's wife and burn down their house and lock the doors is something. Maybe if you're not even if you're if even if I was drunk, I would not be able to put that conversation and use that as an insult. As an insult. Like
That's what I mean.
it's just a disgusting, abhorrent way of addressing someone in a situation over what? Over hearsay. Over a lie that was told to someone else that then published it and then they decided, oh yeah, this is a great time to express my dark, fucked up side. Here it is. Like, is that what it is? Is that they just wait? They're just waiting there for this stuff to come up, so they have an excuse to use their bullshit that's like in the reservoir. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just waiting to throw this next big one at the wall. See some shock factor happens. It's horrible,
Well,
dude.
I think that's really what it is. It's like doubling down. It's like, oh well, I'm friends with that guy, and I was going along with him saying that, so now I'm gonna try and like ha 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 my way out of it, and that's just it comes off as just real fucked up. I don't know.
How can you ha ha your way out saying you're rape someone's wife? How can you ha ha your way out of that?
But I guess by saying, well, maybe she wanted it. I don't think so, buddy.
I'm glad at the end of the day GOG's closed because, frankly, I don't think it was John's intent, but I think a lot of these people that probably shouldn't even be in the groups foster their sort of, you know, I don't even know how to put this up in words, to be quite honest.
No, and I've always said it's funny. I mean, anytime that anyone has talked to me about the other groups, I've always said what I said when I first came on. Like, all the groups. Like, is there, like, oh, people always say, like, why do we have so many groups? You can pick the groups that you want to be in. I mean, you can just be in one if you want. You can be in all of them. They all act different ways, and it's funny because you'll see people behaving different ways in our group than they behave in enthusiasts, and that's different than how they behave in unbiased, and that's different than how they behave in uni, and that's good. I mean, that's fine, but to see that spill into THL the way that it did today was really upsetting. I mean, it was,
It was, and I was torn because I wanted to delete it because I was so offended by what I was reading and
yeah,
that picture. At the same time, I felt like people should know that this is out there and it could happen anytime, and we need to also at the same time say no, this cannot happen. Like there was a part of me that was split. Like I wanted the guy to be able to have his voice,
yeah,
and be able to say what he wanted to because it was direct to him and his family, and he should have a right to defend himself in some
right.
form.
He can't there because he's not there.
He's not there. Oh man. Oh, they took it down.
Which is good.
Yep. And
Which is good. I'm really glad about that.
me too. And Tommy and I never see this as a us versus them sort of situation when it comes out of the groups. It's sort of like whenever we talk, it's sort of we're THL. What does that mean? It just means that when I look at Hookah John Circle Friends, for instance, or Hookah University, Hookah Enthusiasts, I see them as their own entities, their own groups, their own personality, their own voice.
Absolutely.
We don't see this as a competition with any other group. We see this as THL just needing to be THL, and that's who we are, and that's how we see it every day, and every day we look at it. We never look at other groups and say, how do we beat those guys? How do we beat those guys? Oh, yeah, they're doing better this week than us. No, there's no need for that. We never think that way. We have, whenever we think about stuff and address things that we think are important about maybe vendors we think that are taking advantage of the community, or things that we're seeing that's going on that we think is a little bit shady, we just try to bring it up and try to make an example out of it the best way we can, not for other groups, but to protect our members, really.
Yeah, I mean that was why THL started. Like the reason why THL started is, I mean, for us, like I was at Enthusiasts first. and that's where I was. Um, there was things that started happening in Enthusiast that I didn't like. I started getting more active at Unbiased, and then there was things that happened at Unbiased that I didn't like. There was things that happened at Hookah John Circle of Friends that you didn't like. There was things that happened in Unbiased that you didn't like. So we started this group, and we said, here's how our group is going to be, and here's how we want to manage it, and here's what we're going to do. And that's what we've done. So like when we joke, if you do hear us or hear me joking around about, oh, that, our group's better or THL's better, it's not because we have more members. It's not because, oh, we had more posts this week than that group had. Like we're not, like to say that one group is better than another, they're all better than the other one, depending as long as they're doing what their group wants to do, is how I feel about it. So like, if you talk to the uni guys, they're going to say their group is the best. If you talk to admins at HE, they're going to say that their group is the best. If you talk to John, he's going to say Circle of Friends is the best group to be in. And that's how it should be.
That is how it should be.
You should think that because you're running your group. Like every group is going to judge how well it's doing off of its own set of criteria based off what they want. What I want to see at THL, what we want to see at THL is people being friendly and still helping each other.
Yeah.
People, getting along with one another and still having real discussion about products, real discussion about the community, real discussion about the vendors, having real talks, and also having fun. Let's have fun meme contests. Let's have a contest where we give something away off who has the funniest GIF or who can post the most GIFs and do fun little games and stuff like that. That's what we try to do.
Yeah, and half the time it may seem like we're joking a lot, but it's because you already have a stressful day at work. You have a stressful day, and your life is stressful. Like, why do we want to create another serious atmosphere for people to come to and put themselves into that again? It's just, we try to keep things lively, happy, upbeat, fun. We like to joke around a lot, and it's all because of that mindset. Our mindset is to make things fun and enjoyable, and to try to distract you from your job and your day life and the stress you have at work and what's going on just in general. But and sometimes when you get to the specifics of how to make a bowl or a hookah, and you try to be too overbearing on it, it turns it from a fun activity to a competitive one. So, and we try to stay away from that,
Exactly. And for me, my thought, like when we first started, Enthusiast, isn't the way that it was when we first started THL, but at the time that we started it, it was really when stuff was just kind of going all sideways with Mike there and everything. And the group was really, in my opinion, over moderating. And then you had Unbiased that would over moderate unless you're agreeing with the heads there, and then it was okay to like just go on full on assaults on people.
Yeah, it's different now.
And that was really the two groups that we had. So we kind of were almost like a middle ground between the two, and that was our idea. Let's not really have any rules. We're going to follow Facebook's rules of engagement, and that's it. We're not going to allow anyone to become abusive, right? Whether they agree with us or agree with, or against us, like it doesn't matter. And we're not going to force our opinion on anybody. And that's why you'll see, like, if you go through, and even a lot of people that are real active members. I mean, Tristan's one of them. How many times has Tristan disagreed with you and I vehemently? A ton. We're not
anything with Mason, with me a lot. So
yeah, I mean, we're not, and we haven't banned him over it. We're not threatened to ban him over it. Like I think I messaged him a couple times, like, dude, if you hate it here so much, you don't have to be here. But like, there's, he's here and everything's cool, and now everybody gets along, and that's what we wanted. Like that's, we're not, we say the king stuff. We're joking with that. That's a little shtick that we do just for Inside THL to keep it fun. Because Frank, why do you smoke hookah?
To relax.
Right. So there's no reason for everything to be so serious. At the same time, are there techniques that are better? Absolutely. We can talk about that stuff. Can we have real discussions about products? Absolutely. Can you tell someone that they should upgrade their pipe? Absolutely. But you don't have to tell them that they suck. Like, that's the difference.
By the way, if you have questions, just put them in there. I'm trying to check both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So, if you have a question, just throw it in there. But we're almost at the top of the hour. So we're going to be wrapping up in the next 8 minutes. But, I think all this stuff happened today. We really wanted to say something throughout the day. But Tommy and I have been getting into the habit of trying to wait to respond to these things, to fully collect our thoughts and then come out and then say something, because I don't know about you personally, but like, actually, I see Paul in the comments, but it's something similar to emails I do. Like, if I have someone that comes with me, very passive aggressive, and if heat of moment, you want to respond very angrily to them, like, oh, I'm gonna get them back now. But if you just wait a couple hours and then cool down and have a cool head, and then come back and do a different approach, it's usually a lot better. It's
Yeah,
usually a lot better.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and that's definitely something we try to do. And when a lot of these, I mean, this one obviously we're a little bit more serious because of what ended up getting said in THL about it, especially. The way that, those comments were defended. But like, we usually generally do try to joke around about stuff, and then people will end up, oh, you guys are just trolling. You guys are just trolling. We're not. We're saying how we really feel, but we're trying to still be fun and laid back because that's what we want to be. I don't want to be on here constantly yelling about what I think is right and wrong. I don't want to be on here, constantly lecturing people about how they should behave. We're all adults. If you want to be a scumbag, then be a scumbag. That's up to you. I
Yeah.
mean, however, there's a line that was crossed today that I mean, I don't know. We'll see how we feel about it tomorrow, and then see what else happens with us talking about it now. But
I may ban Michael. Just, anyways, I don't know. I need to
yeah,
think about it.
yeah, no, I think that it probably should happen.
Should we do a vote right now? Between you and me?
I say yay, ban him, get him out.
Alright. Let's do it right now. Michael Cole. What is the name of the moose that provides Frank with his hair? I'm not getting into that.
That's another talk. We've had that discussion before.
No, when I came back into the moose conversation, all I need is another slew of people saying, does Frank really kill moose?
He outsourced the hunt.
And he is... I'll keep his comments.
All right.
He's gone.
Yes.
Boom.
That's fair warning to the rest of the community. We will keep his comments.
He's gone. Trash out. Anyone that wants to comment like him, do it now, so I can just get you all in one batch. I'll be nice about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're upset that we're removing Michael about that, you can leave too. That's fine.
Yeah. We don't
That's fine.
care about the numbers. In fact, I've been kicking bots every day. We've been in a downward trend because I keep kicking bots.
I know. Well, there's so many.
There's so many, and then we have like, sometimes the number doesn't change much because the new members alphs at the old members that were kicked, but no, we don't kill Bullwinkle.
We'll add it every day, but at the end of almost every day, at the end, we have less members than what we started with.
Yeah.
If you notice.
Well, I think there's like 3,000, 4,000 more bots. Yeah, good riddance. And hi, hey Tristan, hey David, Brandon, George, how's it going? It's not Bullwinkle.
No, it's not Bullwinkle. It's guys. He outsources
No.
the moose hunts. He's not hunting moose on his own. He outsources the moose hunts. They get all the moose they can find, and then I forget, what do they do, Frank?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me, since you know so much about this moose hunt? I don't have a product sponsor.
I believe what it is you end up they get the moose, they turn it into a powder.
Oh my god.
And then they liquefy that, and then it comes to you, and you distill it into a concentrate that you then rub into your hair.
I need a lot of property for this to happen properly.
I saw the stills. Next time I'm over, I'm getting pictures.
Oh my god. Alright, first off, I don't ground up moose, and I don't distill its... what do I call it? What do you call up ground moose? What's the term for it?
It's moose dust. But you get big barrels of it sent to you in liquid form. It gets broken down into a moose, into a moose dust, and then that gets liquefied. That all happens at the factory. Then you get the big drums delivered to the house.
So you say I get big drums of moose dust for my hair?
No, no, I said it's a liquid by the time it comes to you.
No, you said I make it a liquid. You said I distill it.
No, you distill it into a concentrate. You get a big barrel full of a bunch of moose, and then you distill that into a concentrate.
Why don't I just have them distill it? Why don't I don't understand. Why don't I just have them distill the moose for the hair? Which, by the way, this is not true. Any of this stuff is not true. I need to say that because sometimes people take things seriously. Today,
Why are you denying this? Are you that serious about nobody having as nice hair as you that you need to deny your whole process?
Tommy, I'm not gonna go live and tell people that I have hunting parties killing moose in New Brunswick, Canada for my hair. That makes... I think someone in this chat would be like, oh, look what Frank said. Happens all the time. And then people think it is true. Within a few hours. Oh, Frank was going to buy me a cactus. He really means it. He got his information from Maz. See? Look what happens. Shit blows up. I'm not even making it up.
Yeah, so Maz sends you the juice.
No, Maz does not procure moose.
Yeah, he sends you the moose juice.
Oh my god. Let's see. Oh my god, all the comments are about moose. Tristan said... Oh. We have comments on both. Becca says, but do moose wear socks? Tristan
Yes.
says, Tresemme, ooh la la. David Merzen said, moose dust.
Moose dust.
I think Frank is cooking moose dust in the RV like you're Breaking Bad. Wait a minute, that sounds horrible. Is he saying... Is he saying I'm making moose meth in a RV for my hair? How would I even do that?
I don't know that process. I know very limited amount.
How would I even put that in my hair? Tristan's onto something. Morning routine for the video. Morning routine video for the people. No, I'm not gonna bring a camera with me into the bathroom. It's bad enough what you guys do normally with just normal text. Let's do a GoFundMe for the moose. No, let's not do a GoFundMe for a moose. I heard Maz is putting moose on the website tomorrow. He'll consider moose too.
You know what, Maz? I'm shocked that Maz doesn't have moose on the menu already.
The menu? I didn't know Maz has food.
Menu was the wrong word.
Wait, is Maz is Maz cooking moose at the warehouse? Does he have a restaurant?
That's what it is. There's no warehouse, but there is a restaurant.
Maz, you need to answer some questions. You cook now? you have like some sort of moose trade? Do it, Maz. Crisco, I place an order tomorrow. Okay. So Maz already has pre-orders for the moose. By the way, if everybody's wondering, on YouTube or vice versa, we are live on both. So I'm trying to get to both sets of comments. So if you don't hear me responding to one, and whenever I'm responding to, it's because I'm responding to the other. Right?
Right.
Okay. Matt says, whatever you need, we can do it.
There you go.
You know, I don't approve of this moose venture that you have going on. First off, you're starting to spread a lot. Is that Frank hair group closed yet?
No, of course not. It's gonna live on way after THL. It's not about you.
It is about me if my hair is in the picture.
It's about the hair. The hair is.
Dude, my forehead is the cover photo of the group.
We got Frank's hair T-shirts out. They're selling like fucking hotcakes.
I bet you not one person bought one.
Well, yours is already in the mail.
I don't want a T-shirt with my forehead on it.
Your forehead's not on it. It's just the hair.
What do you mean? It's my forehead on the
There's no forehead. There's no. I don't have any picture of your forehead. It's only
if you go to the cover photo of your group right now, is my forehead not in the photo?
Yeah, I'm talking about the T-shirt.
Okay. And on the t-shirt,
No forehead.
the outline is from what?
Just your hair.
God
There's no
damn.
Frank involved. It's just your hair. It's just those
Guys,
follicles.
please don't buy the t-shirts. don't don't encourage him, please.
That's a terrible ad campaign, Frank. Please don't buy the t-shirts.
Don't buy them. Use your money on something else.
There will be please don't buy the t-shirts coming out.
Oh my
tomorrow.
god. Add a water squirt bottle to the site. Snazzy Mazzy's Moose Dust.
Snazzy Moose Dust. I love it.
It is top of the hour. Anything else you want to add? I know where. What are you smoking before we end?
I am smoking some ugly orange keef out of my B2 and the Bambino bowl.
Very cool, buddy. All right, and I'm probably gonna do that soon too. I'm gonna smoke a bowl.
That's good.
Why don't you stay on? I'll sign us off, and thank you guys for joining us. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you Thursday for State of the Smoke live on YouTube and Facebook. So catch us then. We'll talk about nothing.
Yeah, we can go back to just having fun conversations only.
Yeah.
Way more moose.
Yeah, a lot more moose. All right, guys. Thank you.
Later, guys. Thanks.